Good evening and welcome everybody to part 619 of Scotch and Smoke Rings. This is also Amnesia the Dark Descent part 3, which may actually be the final part of Amnesia the Dark Descent, as we were getting pretty doggone close to the ending by the time we ended the program last week. Can't predict exactly how long the broadcast will go today, or if we'll complete the game, but the goal is to do so. That said, we do need to save Agrippa's life, and I don't know how to do that. I think I solved part of the puzzle by putting the meat on that hook and putting it down the well, but I have no idea how to do the rest of it. So, yeah. I'll spend some time trying to figure out how to save Agrippa's life, and if I can't figure out, then we'll just move on to the rest of the game. But good to have everybody on the program today. Wonderful to see everybody on Facebook. Elliot, Roman, Matthew, Alan, Ryan says, hello, my friend Oxhorn, with a donation of stars. Hey there, Matthew, Ryan, Tom, Martin, Kayland McLeod with a donation of stars, and John DeJordy. Wow, that's a blast from the past. Oh my gosh, John. Well, I haven't seen John since the old World of Warcraft machinima days. John was a moderator on my forums and my Facebook pages. He's also a fellow creative. He's a really creative guy. John, it's good to see it's good to see you again, my friend. It's been a while. And, of course, it's wonderful to see everybody on YouTube today. Jocelyn Ryan, John DeGM, Beradino, Chininator, Alt Grendel, Sean Fernango with the Gold Derby, Craig Euler, Ranker, Boy Ciolo, Rachel with the Gold Derby, John Doe, Barry LeCount, Matt Rowland, Quintius with a Gold Derby, Lucky Babcack, R. Cran, Julian Z with the Gold Derby, and then Douglas Delegard with the first super chat of the day says, hey there, Oxhorn and all in chat. Hey there, Douglas Delegard, so good to see you. By the way, YouTube is trying something new out called Super Thanks. Don't know if you're familiar with it. I wasn't until they approached me about it, but they're testing it out on my YouTube channel. If you're watching live, you don't see it, but basically, if you're watching the video on demand after the broadcast, you should see a little button by the like button down by the comments with a little heart and a $sign, and it allows you to thank me for a great video or a great live stream by donating some money, and in exchange, you get like a highlighted border around your comment in the comment section. I've never actually seen it in action, but this is what the help page on YouTube described it as, right? So it'll be really interesting to see people starting to take advantage of that opportunity to see what it looks like and if it takes off. So there you go. That's always an option. Jake Benz on Facebook with a donation of stars. Thank you, Jake. Tom Martin says, I just found out that the company that makes yardsticks will not make them any longer. Thank you, Tom. That was a good one. First dad joke of the night. You can mark that off your checklist. Austin Overring says, never miss my Scotch and Smoke Rings. Best part of my week. And it is of mine as well, Austin. So glad you made it. Ryder Wheeler says, evening, Ox. Did you know Mountain Dew was actually originally made as a mixer for whiskey? I tried it last night and it was interesting and good. I like how he qualified. First, he goes, interesting. It was interesting, but then he further qualified it. It was good. It was interesting and good. Whiskey and Mountain Dew. Well, I suppose I can say that there may be worse things to mix with whiskey. There may be worse things to mix. I would try it, right? I'll put it out there. I would try it. Probably wouldn't like it, but I would definitely try it. John Doe on YouTube says, hey, Ox, after watching your Disco Elysium stream series for the third time, I decided to try it myself. After 10 hours of serious effort put in, my saved data got corrupted on my PS4. Lost all sadness. That's heartbreaking, John Doe. I'm so sorry to hear that. It never happened to me, but then again, I was on the PC. Oh, that is so frustrating. I can't even... I would write a complaint. I hate to be that guy, but I would totally be that guy if it were me. After 10 hours on a PS4, I would write a stern letter to Sony and let them know exactly how I feel. I'd probably address it as Karen or something like that. Anyway, sorry about that, John Doe. That's awful news. Is there a male version of Karen? Is it Chuck? Not that I've got anything wrong, with the name Chuck. Kevin? It's kind of like Karen. Is there a male Karen? I'm not sure. Ranker says, if you're looking for something a little out of the ordinary for a horror game, can I suggest Doki Doki Literature Club? It starts out like a dating sim. Ugh. But it's actually a psychological horror story. Okay. I mean, how long is it a dating sim? Because I just don't think I've got it in me. I'm willing. I'm not going to, I don't want to judge anybody. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm speaking purely for myself. But I like to think of myself as a rather open-minded kind of guy when it comes to games. I'm willing to try a variety of styles. But a dating sim? I can't tell you, how boring that sounds. It sounds like the least interesting type of game. I really would rather play Minesweeper for 4 hours than play some anime dating sim. God, that sounds awful. So, I mean, I don't know. Ranker, if it's legitimately compelling, I mean, maybe I'll take a look. But how long is the dating sim at the beginning? Because I just don't think I've got it in me. Matt Rowland says, Ox Red Rocks was incredible. Great place to watch a concert. Going whitewater rafting tomorrow. Toured many Horizon Zero Dawn sites today, like Garden of the Gods. That's so cool. And so many of you are going on awesome gaming-themed vacations right now. Julian Z traveling through DC right now with his bobblehead. Matt Rowland going to Colorado to visit Horizon Zero Dawn sites. That's pretty awesome. I hope you guys are having fun. Alt Grendel says, ultra dad joke here. How heavy are rainbows? Actually, they're pretty light. They are pretty light. They're refractions through water. It's pretty light. Thank you, Alt Grendel. I love it. Wayne Azing says, aloha Oxhorn. Tuning in from vacation in Las Vegas, tossing a coin to a fellow Witcher. Can you give my buddies Zach and Ryan a shout out? They have helped me through so much. Keep up the streams. Will do. Major shout out to both Zach and Ryan, Wayne Azing's buddies, who have helped him out. It's always wonderful to have awesome friends on this planet. Speaking of friends, I brought 4 friends with me. I'd like to introduce you to the first one. The first one is called Cow, C-A-W. I have smoked these on the program before, but I just got a new shipment. I figured I'd show off the box. It's this nice metallic green color and a nice paper banding in there. It says C-A-O Cameroon L'Anniversaire. Perfecto sized, and I do love the perfecto sized. You see how it sort of goes to a tapered off flat end there? It's less surface area for you to light with your match, which gives you less of a chance to scorch the tobacco while setting it on fire, which reduces the bitterness of the flavor, and then it just allows the flame to spread evenly over the cigar. The one problem is that the La Anniversaire band is pretty close to the top, so even after smoking it for just a little bit, you gotta almost immediately take off a band. And if you're doing a program like me and you're talking a lot, well, you got to relight it. So here we go. The next friend I'd like to introduce you to is my friend Caffeine in the form of coffee. I brewed a pot earlier today, but I was so busy that I didn't get to finish it. I typically finish a pot of coffee a day, and I barely got halfway through it, so I'm taking a sip tonight. Friend number 3, I love being social. Community, it's important. There's a little bit of rum and coke. He hasn't been a regular on the program until recently. He's a new member to the edition. A new addition to the members, I guess. But I gotta say, having a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of dry Scotch and then adding a sweet sort of kick in the face. It's really rich, spicy. I like it. Especially if you chug it. Not that I recommend you do. I'm not saying chug rum and Coke. Don't put that on a shirt. Oxhorn says chug rum and Coke. I'll never live it down. They're going to make another scandal video about me. And of course, I've got my 12-year-old Glenlivet, which has been delightful. I decided to fill it up with ice and then fill it to the brim. Cheers. So there you go. My 4 friends on the program today. They're here to help out. Jake Benz on Facebook today says 2 muffins talking are in an oven. One says to the other, "Man, it's hot." And the other muffin in the oven says, "Boy, you're talking muffin." 2 muffins talking are in an oven. One says to the other, "Man, it's hot." And the other says, "Boy, you're talking muffin." Boy, you're talking muffin. So the problem is that he put the final muffin in all caps. Boy, you're talking muffin. Is it like, "Boy, you're a talking muffin"? And the joke is that one muffin is suddenly realizing for the first time that both he and his friend can talk because muffins aren't supposed to, and that's the haha moment. I'm sure it's my fault. I just need to be able to process it. It's late. I've been working all day, and I don't have enough Scotch in my system yet. But, Jake, thank you for that one. Kyle Warfield says, a male Karen is called a Ken. Oh, is it a Ken? I didn't know that. It's a Ken. Really? So Barbie's with a Ken? All this time. Wow. Matthew Ryan says, no dokie dokie. More reading than Disco Elysium. Really? More reading than Disco Elysium. Golly. I mean, that was a lot of reading. Disco Elysium was. But it was worth it. It was such a good game. Jessica Sharp says, coffee has a rough time in our house. It gets mugged every single morning. Oh, you got to be kinder to your coffee. See, that's why I put mine in a pitcher. Well, unless it's tonight when I put it in a mug. But, yeah, I don't want to mug my coffee. I pitcher it. I tankered it. The coffee has been tankered. And if you tanker someone, it's not assault. True story. Matthew Ryan says, my bank loves me. They told me my credit balance is outstanding. That's the sign of a bank that really does love you. Keep them close in these dark times. Yes, terrible, he says, might have been said before, but I don't remember. Amnesia struck me. Well, you're on the right broadcast for that to happen. And it flew off the screen. There we go. Douglas Delegard says, what's the worst day in the week? It's Saturday. And he ends it with lol. What's the worst day in the week? It's Saturday, lol. Oh, Douglas, I'm so glad you're here. Saturday? Thank you. Jail in the program says, I'm looking forward to the story of Fallout 76, Ox. I am too. I've got a lot to get through. But I am also looking forward to it. Will Bill says, I don't care if the devs said it wasn't true. No Bark Noonan is the chosen one from Fallout 2. I mean, he can't be. What a way for the chosen one to go out. He defeats the Enclave, and then he becomes a crazy little hermit in Novak. I mean, yes, he's an interesting character, but he can't be the chosen one. It's definitely an interesting fan theory, though. Jocelyn Ryan says, what's the secret to a good elevator pitch? It has to work on many levels. Bing, boom. Brandon Beltfed says, you know what's sadder than Saturday? Monday with no Mass Effect. I know. And I'm sorry about that, but that's sadly what it's going to have to be next week. For those who are not in the know, I need to cancel tomorrow's live stream and this coming Monday's live stream due to a scheduling conflict with my childcare. But come Wednesday, I'll be back in force with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and the schedule will continue per usual. It's just this Friday, no live stream, and then this coming Monday, no live stream. Wandering Paladin says, I said to the salesman, I'd like to get a car for my wife. The salesman said, I'm sorry, sir. We don't do swaps. Either the salesman was really attracted to the wife, and the first thing that went into his head is that, man, I'd really like to swap this guy for a car if only I could. Or she was so unappealing to him that he assumed the husband was trying to get rid of her. Oh, that's rough. Thank you, Wandering Paladin. Jake Benz says, well, here's to an easier one, Ox. Why aren't seagulls by the bay? Because then they'd be bagels. I mean, I guess it's a really good thing that nature decided that seagulls shouldn't be around with a hole in the middle, because a flying bagel would probably get caught on a lot of things, like rocks and sticks and fence posts, and, you know, everyone standing on the dock would try to throw rocks through the flying bagel holes. I mean, they try to throw rocks at seagulls anyway, so it's the thought, flying bagels. Jessica Sharp says, what's a coffee's favorite spell? Espresso Patronum. I bet that's a Harry Potter joke. I haven't read any Harry Potter. I know I should. But I haven't read any yet. I'll get to it eventually. Sagacity says, tell YouTube that super thanks only makes sense if we add our own comment and not just the word thanks. They don't let you add your own comment? Really? It's a pre-written comment that you have to put in? I will. I'll do that today after the broadcast. I didn't know that. I should probably test it out myself. It's just that I'm not a YouTube Redditor. I'm not a subscriber to anyone on YouTube. I don't do YouTube Red or anything like that. I guess I'd have to go subscribe to somebody and test it out. I wonder if I could subscribe to myself. I bet you I could make another account and subscribe to myself, so I could test out things like this before I recommend them on air. All right, thank you, Sagacity. Then Sagacity says, thanks, by the way. No, thank you, my friend. Brandon Beltfed says, Ox says, pot of coffee a day keeps the doctor away. Slap that on a t-shirt. Yeah, pot of coffee a day keeps the doctor away. Stay away from wolves. Do you want to play on assisted mode? These all need to be shirts. Jake Benz on Facebook says, I tried to tell a time joke, but it was late. A classic. A classic. And then Ranker says, Doki Doki is a lot of reading, but the overall game is fairly short. Probably 2 Scotch and Smoke Rings sessions. I also don't want to spoil it by giving away too much. Well, I'll definitely add it to the list here. I'll write it down, Doki Doki. Horror, dating. Sim. And yeah, follow up on you there later. Chitinator says, hey Ox, I was wondering if you ever made a video for Sloan and Quarry Junction for Fallout New Vegas. I tried looking for it and I can't find it. I did. I just don't remember what I called it. Oh, it was the Deathclaw Quarry Junction. Oh no, it was the Great Cons, wasn't it? Did I do it in my video on the Great Cons? I remember. It was whatever Quest sent me to Quarry Junction. There was a quest that sent me to Quarry Junction. I think it had to do with either Vault 9 or whatever vault that was with the cons in it. And the Great Cons. That's the video that I went to Quarry Junction in, I think. It was one of my first ones. But man, that was a long time ago. Grievous Reborn says, I've started rewatching Futurama and it's just as funny as the first time I saw it. What is your favorite episode? Mine is where Zoidberg finds true love. That episode creeped me out. I mean, they had to sit down and think about the mating rituals of Zoidberg's race. Yikes. Oh, what was my favorite episode? It's hard to. I mean, everyone says they were touched by the dog one about the petrified dog. That song at the end. I mean, yeah, it was just painful. It was just so sad I couldn't get through it. Basically, anyone with Bender. I like the one where Bender was on the stranded island, and then he joins like an anti-technology cult, and then he realizes that he's the most technological thing there, so he gets rid of all of his metal and becomes a wooden robot because that'll somehow save him. That was a great episode. That was pretty good. Joe Googe says, that's okay. You confirmed a Tuesday afternoon Mass Effect stream. Did I? Really? Did I say that? I don't think I said that. I have not confirmed that yet. I said maybe, Joe Googe, that I might do that. I was so ecstatic I made sure not to say any jokes so bad they cause you pain, lol. Well, thank you, Joe. I mean, again, I have not confirmed or promised that I'm going to be doing a Tuesday night stream next week, but I might, as in not certain, the opposite of certain, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Tom Martin on Facebook says, my dad said he got me a book, then gave me a garbage bag with scribbled tiles. He says it's by IKEA. My dad said he got me a book. Then he gave me a garbage bag with Scrabble tiles. He says it's by IKEA. I guess you have to be an IKEA shopper to get it. I've been to IKEA, but I've only ever gone to IKEA to eat meatballs. I never actually went to IKEA to buy furniture. They've got amazing meatballs. There was an IKEA right next to the college where I studied Scandinavian studies in college. And so my Scandinavian studies major friends and I would always go to IKEA to eat Swedish meatballs. But I never actually went shopping there. So maybe that's when you only get if you've gone shopping. Jessica Sharp says, this one is from my hubby. 2 Eskimos were sitting in a kayak and got chilly. But when they lit a fire in their boat, it sank. Proving once and for all, you can't have your kayak and heat it too. Your kayak and eat it too, instead of cake and eat it, or heat it too, instead of cake and eat it too. Love it, Jessica. Thank you. Matthew Ryan says, what is a Rad Scorpion's favorite song? A Rad Scorpion's favorite song? Stinging in the Rain. I'm stinging in the rain. Love it. Magicant says, howdy, Ox. Thanks for what you do. Thank you very much, Magicant, for coming on to the program today. Clayton Hill says, I love you, brother. Stay sexy. Don't worry. I can't help it. If I could, I'd turn it off, because it only gets me in trouble. But I can't, so alas, here I am. And here I'll stay. Rachel says, welp, been here almost 3 years, then I find out the biggest scandal of all, Ox has never read Harry Potter. Futurama reference. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. That is a Futurama reference. That's hilarious. I know. I saw a couple of the movies when they first came out. You know, back when they were kids' movies. I heard that the later ones kind of transitioned into no longer being kids' movies. But when they were kids' movies, you know, and when they were brand new, I went to them and it was cute and it was charming. I liked the movies. They were nice. I guess I never really understood why it appealed to adults. And probably because I didn't get far enough in the story. You know, as the children grow up, the stories and the plots probably grow along with them, making it much more interesting for an adult, I guess. But yeah, I just haven't had a chance to sit down and read the Harry Potter books. I hope to someday. Douglas Delegard says, yay, Tuesday live stream. Wahoo, lol, joking. Maybe. We'll see. I'll let you know on Twitter. Jocelyn Ryan says, I entered a pun contest by submitting 10 of my best puns to see if any would win. However, no pun intended. That one would work. Love it. No pun intended. No pun intended. Jake Benz on Facebook says, which state has the most streets? Rhode Island. Obviously. It's an entire island made of roads. Then Matthew Ryan says, why can't powder gangers and boomers ever be together? Their relationship would be too explosive. Yeah. I mean, they both blow things up. They probably start to blow each other up. Daniel Randley on Facebook says, a super mutant suicider walks into a bar. Everyone was blown away by his explosive attitude. That's what super mutant exploders do. Yeah. I mean, that we could take that joke literally and it would still make sense. Thank you, Daniel. Brandon Belfed says, too late. We heard it here first. Mass Effect stream on Tuesday. Okay. I just lol, but I'm pretty sure no one here would be upset if you did. Well, I might. It just all depends on my schedule. We'll see. Mr. Master Chief says, hey Ox, how you doing? I'm fine, and I was wondering, would you try Chernobylite? It's now a full version post-apocalyptic RPG, similar to Fallout 4. I actually have tried Chernobylite, but I tried it back when it was in its alpha state. And it had a lot of problems back then, which kind of caused me to lose interest in it. I think one of the biggest problems I had with it was its typical Russian story pacing, I guess. Like, I don't know what it is, but when a post-apocalyptic game is a Slavic post-apocalyptic game, even language aside, you know, based on the story. And it basically always involves a woman, or almost always involves a woman, and it's super sappy and sentimental. Like, your guy's the hero, and he is in love with this awesome, amazing, gorgeous, beautiful, loving, devoted woman, and then something bad happens to her, and then they've got this super sappy, sentimental slideshow where a music box plays music, and this slideshow back to when they first started flirting and with vodka or something, and then they throw something into the lake and something catches on fire, as things happen when you flirt in Russia. And then you've got to go and find your girlfriend who's been stolen, or the wife who's been kidnapped or whatever, and you're just this tough Russian guy who's really just in love. And then you meet the same cast of Russian characters in every single one of these post-apocalyptic Slavic games. So, I don't know. I just didn't see... Now they do have... The thing about Chernobylite is there was this alternate dimension aspect to it that seemed a little bit interesting, but it was also really confusing because it wasn't explained very well in the world. Like, they start the game and they set up the plot about your girlfriend and she's gone, and you go through these time flashes and you're flipping back and forward in time. Another thing that I really dislike about games, they do that a lot in horror games, where they try to disorient you at the very beginning of the game by just, having a bunch of things happening at once, and then, you're 30 minutes in and the plot completely changes and you go to a completely different area, or you're a completely different character, or you have no idea what just happened, or maybe the time has changed. It was kind of like that. Like, we start learning about our girlfriend, and then we zap into the future, and we're part of this group, and we're infiltrating something, and then we zap to this nuclear meltdown, and then a time portal opens up in front of us, and we got to shift to another dimension. And the entire time they're laughing and joking about vodka in Russian, and you're sitting there going, "What's going on here?" Right? It was one of those games, and I want to give it a chance, but I've played a lot of games like that before, and it just didn't really strike me as anything new. But then again, that was the alpha. That was a while ago, so maybe it's something that I should revisit. Jackson says, "Oh, you need to play it, then it's way different." Okay, well, I mean, that was a long time ago, so maybe I should take a look at it again. Jessica Sharp says, "Would you ever try the Fable series?" Maybe. I haven't thought about the Fable series since my brother used to play it as a kid back in the 90s. So it would definitely take me taking a look at the series again. Jake Ben says, 5/4 of people admit that they're bad at fractions. Of course, 5/4 of them would. And then Matthew Ryan says, Lily walks into a Nightkin bar and the bartender says, "Sorry, singles only." Right, because Leo was there with Lily. Daniel Radley says, "If the Lone Wanderer, the Courier, and the Soul Survivor had a death match, who could win? No companions or factions. Help them. Just their best gear and weapons." I guess I would say the Courier, only because he or she already survived a bullet to the head, and we know that did something to the brain. That did something to his or her brain based on the Old World Blues DLC that made him or her unique and special. So I guess maybe the Courier. And then Jared says, "Hi Oxhorn, I got a joke for you. Your mama is so dumb. When she went into the Adams Air Force Base to destroy it, she blew up the Citadel by accident." Lol. I mean, we do have the option to blow up the Citadel, but most people do it on purpose. You know what? I bet you there are some people who have played Broken Steel who did indeed blow up the Citadel by accident. That would be really interesting. I wonder how many people were surprised by that. Toxic Sean says, "Hey Oxhorn, hope you're doing well. Looking forward to winding down after work today with scotch and smoke rings. Stay cool, my friend. See you in a few hours." Hey chat. Hey there, Toxic Sean. Good luck at work, and I hope you have a good time winding down. And I hope you'll enjoy the gameplay. I'm looking forward to it later. Julian Z says, "Ox, just wondering, do you have that criticism about the Metro series, or is that not considered a Slavic/Russian post-apocalyptic horror game?" I mean, I do have that criticism with the Metro series. Like, what is Metro Exodus? The entire thing of Metro Exodus is trying to save your wife who inhaled these poisonous cloud things, and then it's her father who gets in trouble, and then you gotta go save the father, and It's kind of the same thing. Like, you've got this woman in your life, and she turns into your wife. And in the previous game, she wasn't your wife, and she becomes your wife later. And it's always about, she's just the perfect example of a woman with no character conflicts or flaws at all. And all of the other Russian men around you adore her and treat her like a sister. And you all, sit around the campfire with vodka in your hands, and you laugh and you sing into the moonlight until the zombies come or whatever. So yeah, there is that with Metro as well. But with Metro, it's such a slick game with the music and the art and the gameplay and the way they use bullets as ammunition and the way you can upgrade your weapons that I overlook all of that. And the overarching plot to the Metro series goes far beyond just the cliche that I've grown accustomed to from playing Russian games like that. Rachel says, "Just a suggestion, but if you were going to read Harry Potter now, I'd recommend reading it with your kids. That's the beauty of the series, starting when you are young and the plot grows up with you." Cool. Yeah, maybe I'll read it to my kids when they're a little bit older. Josh Bunton says, "Ox, Fable was pretty close to a launch title to the original Xbox in the early 2000s. Yeah, I mean, I remember playing. I mean, I never owned an Xbox as a kid, and neither did my brother. We owned a PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and I remember watching him play Fable 1 on the PlayStation. I don't think he ever played it on the Xbox. And that was in the late 90s, early 2000s. So, I remember enjoying watching him play it. Survivor from the Old Era says, you were right, Knob Creek is good. Cheers. Thank you, Survivor from the Old Era. And I'm glad you're enjoying the drink. Brandon Beltfed says, by the way, happy belated birthday, Ox. Side question, what Fallout 4 faction do you think wins the war if there is no sole survivor present? Probably the Brotherhood. Yeah. Yeah, probably the Brotherhood. And I say that because, yes, the Brotherhood does need the sole survivors' help getting into the Institute. But the really annoying thing about the plot of Fallout 4 is that the Institute is right where you think it would be from the very beginning of the game. Right? We already understand that the Institute is from the old CIT, Commonwealth Institute of Technology. And where do we find the Institute in 2277? Under the ruins of the Commonwealth Institute of Technology. And this soul, I mean, I suppose you could say that Liberty Prime would never have been put back together without the sole survivor. But I guess we don't know that for sure because honestly, putting it together wasn't really that difficult. Proctor Ingram knew exactly what to do. And all we did is do a couple of fetch quests for her to get Liberty Prime working again. I don't know. I mean, it would definitely either be between the Brotherhood or the Institute. I don't think the Minutemen could. I don't think the Railroad could at all. But definitely between the Brotherhood or the Institute. Fable wasn't on PS2, says Hevarth. Well, then I don't know. This isn't congealing well with my memory because I don't think my brother had an Xbox as a kid. I know I didn't have an Xbox as a kid, and yet I have vivid memories of him playing Fable 1 in his bedroom. I would sit on the floor of his bedroom and watch him on his TV playing Fable 1. And I could have sworn he didn't have an Xbox. I don't know. Brandon Beltfed says, you should debate Fudge Muppet. They think the Institute takes the win. Yeah, I remember seeing their video on that a while ago. And, I did my own video on why the Institute wouldn't win. But I think we both covered all of our topics in those videos. I'd be more than happy to go on a debate with the Fudge Muppet guys. They're really good guys. Colin R. says, hi, Ox. I leave for basic in a few days. Hope to come back to the great streams and the great community. Well, I hope you do too, Colin. And I hope you get to come back soon. But good luck in basic training. We get a lot of people coming on the broadcast saying their goodbyes as they go off to basic training. So I hope to hear from you again. And definitely come on by and let me know how things went, in a couple of years when you get everything done. All right, few more minutes, and then we're going to dive into the game. Jared on Facebook says, have a broadcast about it. The Institute win or lose. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, the problem with these kind of arguments is the sole survivor is in a position to make any faction win. Even a faction so unrealistically able or capable to destroy any of the advanced factions like the Railroad has the chance to win. Even the Minutemen, who is one person when we meet them in Fallout 4, has a chance to win, all because of the sole survivor. So a lot of the argument revolves around what choices the sole survivor makes. I think a much more interesting argument is which faction would be better for the Wasteland? Which faction would win the hearts and minds of the people of the Wasteland? Which one would be better for prosperity and civilization building and all of that? I mean, that one is really easy to answer because the Institute doesn't want to do any of that. They're waiting for the surface dwellers to die out, right? So that kind of makes it a short conversation. Brotherhood wins hands down there. Alien Face says, "Hi Ox, what do you think of the Mass Effect 2 opening? Stay amazing, Ox." Thank you, Alien Face. It came as a shock to me. And I'm intrigued. I have to say, I'm surprised that such a huge bulk of the game is just going to be me flying around the universe recruiting people onto my ship. I mean, and I've only played one stream so far of Mass Effect 2, so, I mean, I hate to judge it prematurely, but that seems like a really cool side quest, not like the bulk of the game. And I kind of got the impression that that's what we were going to be doing. We were going to be going from one planet to the next planet, finding this guy, then that guy, and getting them to join our crew. And I'm eager to do a little bit of that, but I don't want to do it for like 10 weeks. I want to do a bunch of other stuff. But I'm still confident that there will be a lot of other stuff as well. As I said, I just started it. Gunrunner says, "Hey Ox, you should play Death Stranding for Scotch and Smoke Rings." I mean, maybe. I've seen a lot of reviews about Death Stranding, and I've already played a game about a package courier. And in my opinion, that one is the definitive one. Zach Mann says, "Hey Ox, you ever think you'll play Half-Life?" I played Half-Life when I was younger. I played all the Half-Life games. And I loved them. I loved Half-Life. It was Half-Life that got me into first-person RPGs. Before then, I had always played the old school isometric or text-based MUDs, right? Half-Life was the sort of first-person RPG adventure game that really got me into the genre. Will I ever stream it on the broadcast? I don't know. K-But Rawr says, "Hi, hope you're well. Ollie Oxen Teas." Again, another wonderful idea that I really gotta do. I need employees or something so that I can have this stuff done for me while I'm working. But yes, I need to get that done. Wormy says, "Rating for this one. What was the reason for Arthur to have a round table in his court? He did this so that none of his other knights could corner him." How do you corner somebody at a table? Did they stand on it? You corner someone in a room because you can get caught in a corner with no escape from it. But even if you're standing at the corner of a table, you can move away from the table. You can't get cornered at a square table. I get the joke, however, is that it is square and has tables, or I mean, as a square table, it has corners. Anyway, no, I get it. It's just, I felt like arguing. Alt Grendel says, "Saw a trailer for a 2022 game called Stray. You play as a stray cat looking for its family in a cyberpunk-type world. Seems to have a little Heroes vibe to it. Just wanted to get that out there." Cool, thank you, Alt Grendel. We'll keep it on the radar. Philip Campos says, "Hey Ox, haven't been on in a while. Hope you're doing well. Just finished Kingdom Come Deliverance. I highly recommend checking it out. It takes place during 1403 Bohemia. Kingdom Come Deliverance." All right, I've added it to the list. Rachel says, "I'd like to request more Oxhorn shirts in the shop. Right now it's just the beard/hat one." You're right, Rachel. And I had that one designed a long time ago before my channel actually took off, so it doesn't actually look like any of the logos or branding that I currently have. So yeah, I definitely need more Oxhorn merch. I'm looking into that right now. It's something I'm looking at. Like, I know other YouTubers have plushes and stuff like that. I was thinking of having like an Oxhorn plush, or maybe just a derby plush, or maybe a cigar-shaped throw pillow or something. I've got a lot of fun ideas. I just need to find the right partners to make it work. But yeah, you're right. I need more Oxhorn merch. Wormy says, "Working on a real doozy of one in a couple of weeks." All right, Wormy. Well, I'll leave you to it. I believe in you, my friend. Brandon Beltfed says, "Ox says he needs employees, and thus Ox Corp was born." I mean, I already have Ox Corp. It's not called Ox Corp, but my company is a corporation for, just business and tax purposes. But I'm really my only employee, though. So I'm an employer. I employ myself. I am also an employee, and my boss is a jerk, man. He's a slave driver. He just drives me so hard, and I never get a break. And he's constantly rude to me all the time. Just saying these nasty things and snide remarks. I wish I could work somewhere else. I kid. I love my boss. He's the greatest. Laura says, "An Oxhorn body pillow." I jest, she says. Thank you for that one, Laura. I mean, no. Just no. Not going to happen. Jared says, "Sad news, there's no Mako in Mass Effect 2. Oh, that is sad. Well, we all love the Mako. Kennick says, "Cigar body pillow." Where did you guys hear body? I did not say body. I said a cigar-shaped throw pillow. Like for a couch. Not something you wrap your legs around and nuzzle in bed like a body pillow. I did not say body pillow. What's wrong? We're not doing body pillows. If you want a body pillow, go to BioWare. They'll turn Garrus into one, for crying out loud. Jeez. God, you guys. Why not? Says Mr. Virus. What do you mean, why not? Use your imagination. Just don't talk to me about it. I'm choosing not to use my imagination on this particular topic, and I'd rather not hear what comes into your imagination. However, I do have the imagination enough to imagine what one might imagine when imagining what one might do with an Oxhorn body pillow. And I'd rather not imagine it, just to be perfectly honest. So I can cut the entire thing out by just not making them available for purchase. Vince M says, "Hey Ox, possible merch ideas: Oxhorn mug and thermos, Ox chair, and cigar plush." Anyway, have a good stream. Cheers. Thank you, Vince M. I do have a few mugs available on my shop, but none that are really Oxhorn themed. A thermos is a great idea. A chair, like I could sell my own gaming chair. My gaming chair wouldn't sell, because if I made it like what I actually use, like this one, no one would buy it. If you look at all of the gaming chairs out there, they're made of black plastic, and they've got this breathable fabric on the back that's, it's lacy, and it's got these holes, and it's stretchy, and it's got a curved back, it's ergonomic, and it's got bells and knobs and whistles that you twist and pull to go up and down, and you talk to it via an AI, and it says, "Yes, master," and it goes up, and then it goes down, and it can transform Mine doesn't do any of that. It's just leather, and you sit on it. And no one would buy that, right? Like, how could I make my own ox chair and sell it to gamers? I don't know if that would work. But I could definitely do the mugs and the plushes. I could work on that. Ranker says Ox body pillows come with a free pair of Ox Speedos. Gosh, one of you guys starts going off in chat about this kind of stuff, and the rest of you follow suit. It's the whole blue booty thing all over again. I was glad. I mean, I loved Mass Effect 1, but I was kind of glad when we were through with the whole blue booty fiasco, just so that you guys would calm down every Monday. But now we've got Scotch and smoke rings, and you're all on fire again. Josh Bunton says, Ox employing more than yourself, you employ us mods for free. Lol. Also, you should get an action figure with an Ox chair, tankard, and a cigarette included. No, like a cigar. I never smoked cigarettes. But I could get my own action figure. Yeah, I could do that. That'd be cool. I wonder if the guys who do all of the Fallout props would make an Oxhorn action figure, because they do a great job. Delgus Delegard says an Ox chair beanbag. A leather-themed beanbag chair. Yeah, that would work. I could do that. Shannon Bodine says Oxhorn whiskey glasses or Scotch tumblers. I could do that. Man, I should just hire you all to do my marketing for me, because you guys have wonderful ideas. Why have I not sat down and done any of this stuff? Rachel says, cute Ox Fallout teddy bear with bowler and suspenders and little San Francisco sunset. Oh, that's a really good idea, Rachel. Oh, my God. That would sell, too. People would buy that. That's a cute idea. Jocelyn Ryan says, an AI on an Amish chair, Ox? No, not on my chair. I was talking about what modern gaming chairs look like, right? They've got... I was being ridiculous. Because they don't really have AIs, but they're high-tech. And my chair isn't high-tech. I was demonstrating that my chair is so not high-tech because it doesn't have an AI. Jared on Facebook says, what about a Yes Man body pillow? I mean, Rule 34. There's got to be. Yes Man? I mean... Rule 34. And you can't break the rules, folks. Can't break the rules. Sad. All right. A few more minutes and then we dive into the game. Yeah, I'm not bringing the ox thong back. That was a misguided business venture from years ago. It didn't sell well at the time. We're not bringing it back. Return of the ox thong. No. I think I'm happy to say that no one ever bought one. So I'm confident there are none in existence today. Because I never bought one. Obviously. Would be a bit weird if I bought an ox thong. So I'm confident none exist, and I'm actually really relieved about that. And we definitely won't make any more. Salvaged Van Parts says, no Mako in Mass Effect 2, they all say. Forgetting about the Hammerhead missions. Yeah, have fun with that headache. Ooh, do I have something to look forward to that involves landing on an alien planet and driving around? All right. Matthew Ryan says, missed a few star chats over here. Sorry, Matthew, we'll take a look. Jessica Sharp says, 2 things, Ox. First, do you still plan to purchase and play Diablo 4 after the Activision Blizzard scandal? Secondly, there is an aspect of the Mass Effect that you have to do to upgrade your ship and weapons that I suggest you do off screen, or you are going to put your viewers to sleep. Really? So the way I feel about the whole Activision Blizzard scandal is, first of all, of course, the entire thing is so heartbreaking. As someone who used to play World of Warcraft, as somebody who first made a name for himself making World of Warcraft machinima, as someone who used to go to BlizzCons and walk around and meet with fans and talk with people who work there, to learn that all this time that was going on. I read the news article like everyone else, and I was completely dumbfounded. How in 2021 could that be going on? I mean, even if we were to allow for a decade, like 10 years ago, that was still going on? How? I was just completely dumbfounded. However, I have got a principle that you need to be able to separate the art from the artist. There are a lot of artists out there who produce amazing, compelling, and unique one-of-a-kind art. But in their personal lives, they were awful human beings, betraying everyone who ever loved them, doing awful things to groups and other people. They were just awful human beings, but their art was undeniable. Like the majesty of the art was undeniable. So I've got this struggle because I've known employees at Blizzard before, and everyone I've known has been really cool. I don't think I know anyone who ever participated in any of the stuff that I've been reading about, because that stuff's just crazy. But the people I know, and you used to know that worked at Blizzard, were some of the most hardworking, creative people I've ever got to know. And those are the people that put their blood, sweat, tears, creativity, and joy into a game like Diablo 4. And for all of that to get completely wiped out like that over a scandal like this that they weren't involved in, all of their creativity gets snuffed out, and for no one to ever be able to see it or enjoy it on principle because of something their bosses did, that really bums me out. As a creative person myself, I would be really bummed if something like that were to happen to me. If I were to work on a game for 4 or 5 years and then my bosses do or say something stupid and then no one ever gets to see what I worked on because my game gets canceled or people start boycotting my game, it would break my heart. It would be such a disappointment. So in this particular example, I'm going to have to separate the art from the artist. I'm really hoping Activision Blizzard step up and change their game. I know that many of the employees at Activision Blizzard are just really good, awesome people that are really creative. I mean, many of them did a walkout and they weren't involved in any of that. So you got a bunch of these awesome people who made this awesome game, and it's owned by this company that has made these bad decisions. So when Diablo 4 comes out, I'm still really excited about it. I still really want to play it. I hate the idea of giving money to that company right now. The entire thing makes me feel a little bit nauseous and gross, to be perfectly honest. I felt the same way back when the whole Hong Kong thing happened, by the way. I was so pissed off when that happened. When they penalized Blitzchung, whatever his name was, and then they fired those 2 reporters over that because all they did was say like Hong Kong forever or something, and Blizzard goes and finds him and bans him. Like, what the hell was that? Sorry, I probably need to wrap this up, but what was that all about? I even freaked out about that on camera at the time because that wasn't the Blizzard that I remember. This company has changed so much from back in like 2007 and 2008 when I was pretty active in the community for World of Warcraft. I never would have thought that company would do this kind of stuff. The Hong Kong stuff, and then this stuff that we're reading about, the making female employee, having the guys crawl under the desks of female employees. What the hell is that? That's insane. That didn't even happen in Mad Men, right? That That wouldn't even happen in Mad Men. Are you kidding me? In what universe is that okay? Like, you have to be delusional for something like that to even be okay. So, I mean, I'm just so disappointed and pissed off about it. But back to my point, I think Diablo 4 is still going to be an awesome game, and I'm still really looking forward to it. I'm kind of grossed out at the thought of giving them money right now, but I'm hoping that things will change in the near future so that when the time comes, I'll be to the point where I can play the game and appreciate the art and creativity of so many completely innocent people who put their love and energy into that game. That's where I'm at. Brandon Beltfed says, penny for your thoughts. I mean, penny for your thongs. I mean, thoughts, lol. No, not even. No, we're not doing thongs. We're done with that topic. I talk about something else and you bring me back to thongs. I'm done with thongs. John de GM Berardino says, hey, Ox, happy belated 40th. How do you identify a blind man on a nude beach? It isn't hard. All right, guys. We need to have a little bit of a talk. I know you're all really excited. We've been talking about thongs and blue booty. I get it. But we should probably start this game. We're in a dungeon and it's about torture and stuff. It's not sexy in any way. Maybe that'll get your minds off of it. Grievous Reborn says Blizzard didn't want to risk the China money. I know, and that makes it just even worse. Just unexcusable. Douglas Delegard says, thong you for not doing that, lol. You're not going to give up. Shifter says, mostly as a joke, but how about jars of cigar smoke rings captured during a stream, lol? I mean, that would be fun. As a joke, of course, but that would be fun. It's a fun idea. Austin Overig says, Oxhorn body pillow, wearing a vault suit, and smoking a cigar wearing the derby. Fry, shut the hell up and take my money, .jpg. Wow. Your guys' imagination, it's embarrassing me. Jared says, what about an Oxhorn detective body pillow? No, I'm just retiring the entire concept of a body pillow. Matthew says, gonna try again since you missed mine and a few others. What has been the hardest moral choice in the Fallout games? I mean, I guess the vampires in Fallout 3 was a pretty difficult choice. I mean, it ultimately wasn't that difficult because they were murdering people. But then again, they had decided that they weren't murdering. They had become vegetarians. they were vegetarian vampires. So yeah, I guess the vampires in Fallout 3 were a pretty difficult choice. Vladimir says, watching Ox while building my settlement in Fallout 4. That's awesome, Vladimir. Austin says, hey, Ox, what would be your favorite quest and location from each of the Fallout games? Oh, man. All right, Fallout 4, the Cabot House. Probably one of my favorite quests. Really awesome. Favorite location would be the Glowing Sea. Fallout 3, Andale was a really great quest. As for location, Mothership Zeta was really fun. I think probably Mothership Zeta is one of my favorite locations in Fallout 3. In Fallout New Vegas. We'll stop at New Vegas. The Cannibal Quest with Marjorie was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. As for a favorite location, the Divide. I love everything about the Divide. The way it looks, the story behind it, the sound effects they use, the music that you hear as you walk through it, the guy who haunts you as you explore it. Everything about the Divide is amazing. Ranker says, no, Oxthong. Jocelyn Ryan says, Oxhorn barbecue sauce line so that the chat can be saucy elsewhere. Yeah, tell me about it. Jocelyn's right on point. Chat needs to calm down. The Easy Life says, hello, Ox. Glad to have a stream to relax with after the week I've had. My wife and baby were in a car accident, but thankfully both came out unharmed. We were a bit shaken, but they're doing well. Oh, man, I would be a bit shaken, too. Thanks for coming and let us know, especially since you've been keeping us up to date as to the pregnancy and the birth and everything. I'm really sorry to hear that they got in an accident, but I'm glad that they're safe and sound. Hopefully you'll be able to relax today. Noah Zimmer says, what's your favorite Fallout game, Ox? It's like choosing your children. You can't pick one. They're all great for different reasons. It's impossible to pick. Okay, let's look at the time. And it's time. Let's get the game up. Oh, crap. Why does Steam choose now to do an update? Matthew Ryan says, shout out to Robin. Haven't heard from her tonight and hope she's doing better. Yeah, I haven't heard from her in a few days. And the last time we did hear from her, she just, she sent a donation of stars, but she didn't really say much in the chat. If anyone hears how she's doing, let me know. I'm hoping she's recovered from COVID. Jared says, what about a coffee mug body pillow? So wait. A body pillow in the shape of a coffee mug or a coffee mug with a body pillow on it? So many options. Arctic Fox says, hey Oxhorn, who are your favorite companions from Fallout 3 and New Vegas plus Fallout 4? I like Sharon from Fallout 3. Jericho's also pretty good, by the way. Fallout 4, I like Kate, Nick Valentine. Paladin Dance is okay. Preston Garvey is okay, as annoying as he is. Deacon is hilarious. I love Deacon. New Vegas, Raul is a lot of fun. I had my cowgirl. She was a pistol build. With her and Raul side by side, man, we just tore up the Mojave. It was so cool. Raul's a great companion. Cass is also a great companion, too. All right, I'm going to try to not look up any guides, but I may have to in order to save Agrippa. I should do a body pillow,
all pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you, But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's tonic before attempting to mend the orb, there might still be a chance for you to save him. Please, my fate is in your hands.
Okay, I'll try. Let's go to notes. To release Agrippa without killing him, Weyer told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and tempter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile ground for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae... Oh, right. Sorry. Yes, chat, sorry. All I'm doing is reading. I haven't moved anywhere. I haven't done anything. I'm right where I loaded the game. I'm just reading Agrippa Channel's Weyer to try and figure out what we need to do to free him, okay? Screenox says, Jocelyn Ryan. The Easy Life says, thanks for your outpouring of love and support. From the Oxhorn community, I can't begin to express my appreciation for you all. We value you and your wife and child, the Easy Life. It's always wonderful to have you here. Douglas Delegard says, camera. Thanks, everybody. Sorry about that. Okay, so basically what we need to do is we gotta free this guy.
I see you have all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's tonic before attempting to mend the orb, there might still be a chance for you to save him. Please, my fate is in your hands.
Okay, so we have all of the orb pieces. We could end the game right now, but we gotta save this guy. And this note tells us what we need. To release Agrippa without killing him, Weyer told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and tempter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. Okay, so for a paralyzer, I need to go to the choir as long as I have the right tools. Well, what tools do I need? The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. I believe we got that in the last stream. The tempter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling K-Nerk. I will have to address Weyer with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Okay, so we may have 2 ingredients. Remains. This bone is covered in mucus. We got that from the creature in the well. And then did we not also get... Oh, wait, no, that blood was to inoculate us so that we could go into the fungus room. So we're missing 2. And I think we probably have to do something to these remains. Okay. Well, let's go to the choir. Okay, so we're looking for a fungus in the choir. Torture. This is where tortures took place. So the other thing I need is fresh blood from a tortured victim. Ooh, there's a bucket. After the men had secured the prisoner, the ritual began. Maybe we need to go back to that one room where we found the corpse and drain it of its blood. Austin says, you missed my other question, I think. Sorry, game already started, but what is your favorite quest and location for each of the Fallout games, Oxhorn? Oh, I think I just got to that one just a minute ago. Thank you for that one, Austin. Then Jared says, what faction in the Fallout universe confuses me? I guess I'm confused as to how the followers of the apocalypse are still around. Because it's pretty violent out there. Alright, so we need to go somewhere else for the blood.
Get her back!
Fungus. String. Where did I get the string? Oh, here's one of the 3 torture rooms. What if I... What if I dip some string into the blood? No. Doesn't appear like anything happens here. Okay. How is he so much faster than me? Ox, can you turn down the music? Okay. Whoa, where's this? Oh, this is the other torture room where they burned people alive. Oh, fungus. Yes! The tissue is quite soft and should be possible to break open. Hey, I think we did it. Picked up poison gland. We got the immobilizer poison, folks. Yes. Okay, do we need to process it? So the big question is, we got the mucus from the monster. That's supposed to be the vitae. Or is it? No. No, that's not the vitae. That's the... Paralyzer, vitae, and Tempter. That's the Tempter. The Tempter came from the water-dwelling Knurk. The poison came from the gland of a large specimen in the choir. Okay, so we have to extract it using the proper tools. So we do have to refine it, which means we need to go to a laboratory of some sort. The vitae can be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. Okay. Well, I've got a jar. Surely this is what I'm supposed to fill with blood, right? There was that one other torture room. I think we lost him. Okay, so we went right, we went straight, we gotta go left. Iron Maiden. All right, well, I'm not finding big buckets of blood. I'm finding trace amounts of blood. I mean, there are these drains. Is there any way to get to the blood in the drains? Like, we see blood coming from the Iron Maiden draining into these drains. Could we then take this string, for example, and dip it in the blood? Okay, where's the blood? I just sacrificed myself for this stinking thing. Do we use the jar? Well, I think I've exhausted the choir. Let's go through each of the other rooms before we move on to fixing the sphere. Thankfully, this one is really close to the entrance to the choir, so we can back out of here really quickly. Boom. It's been a week, but part of me remembers there was a lab somewhere. And then there was that room that we got the inoculation from. Okay, now, there were some rooms here where people were tortured.
I see that all's the odd pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vaya's tongue before attempting to mend the ore, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please.
Oh, laboratory, it's blocked. How do I open that up? I need to throw something. Okay, how do I get into the laboratory? Spider! Ew. Oh, there are spiders all over the place here. Yuck! Okay, how do I unlock the door of the laboratory? Would a spider have blood in it? No, I'm thinking mosquito. A mosquito might have blood in it, but a spider wouldn't have human blood in it, would it?
Help her! Find a way!
I mean, we're so close to beating the game. Why is this door still locked? Is there a loose wall over here or something that we can knock out? That lets us in? Alright, we've already solved this puzzle. Well, can we go down the well? The ladder broke, so we can't go back. I use a saw to cut the wood? No. Well, I'm stumped. How do I get into the laboratory? I need to get in there to extract the poison from the poison gland.
I see that all's the art pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vaya's tonic before it.
Yeah, this is the well where I got the tempter. All right, what was in here? Transept. Whoa! Hey! We found another... Oh, look at that. They sawed people in half and the blood went down. We can interact with it. The grate covers the drainage pipe. Blood cannot be reached. Find a way to lower the vessel to collect the blood. Oh, glass jar on a string. Oh, look at that. We got it. Glass of blood. That's how we get the vitae. Poison gland. That's how we get the tranquilizer. Remains. That's how we get the temptum. But how do we get into the laboratory so that we can process them? Maybe it opens up. Or maybe there's a switch or something that we gotta flip in the boss's house. We remember the boss had a big study upstairs. Oh, that pipe was connected to the guy in the bowl. We already watched that. Okay, well, I'm not finding a way to get into that room. Maybe we gotta talk to Agrippa, or whatever his name was. Yeah, this was the triangle room. Ouch. Ooh. So creepy. All of these pipes leading to these torture chambers, and the screams would funnel up there to his office so that he could enjoy the screaming. All right, well, maybe we just need to go talk to Agrippa.
What happened to her? I see that all the ore pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's tonic before attempting to melt the ore, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands.
All right, so we can't talk to him about the pieces we have, and we can't get into the
I
lab.
see that all the ore pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything.
So I only have 18 left. I've got 26 left. I've gone through a lot. Chancel. Oh! What even was that? That's not even right. That was like 5 of them. How could I possibly get past that? Whoa, what's going on? Oh no!
You had me worried. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I. Did you really drink from the amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the orb's shadow and save our world and me. I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
Okay, I got a bar. I can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend. That was the only bar. Ooh, here we go. It's not loose enough. Oh, yeah. Shoot. Oh, what now? Locked.
Crush his skull. He deserves it.
Laudanum. Wooden bucket. Okay, I should probably use the wooden bucket to get something down the well. What? What just happened? I've got Naked Bro here. What was that? Rockland F says, a very happy belated birthday. I have had a crazy work schedule, but have enjoyed this week's streams on replay. Nice seeing the kids. They look swell. Or they look well. Thanks. They're doing really great. Both of them are happy and healthy. Totally didn't intend for them to be on the program, but they wanted to be a little centers of attention that day, which of course was adorable. Last prisoner note. There is little left to say. I write solely to prevent myself from revisiting the memories of these last few days. If I am fortunate, I will fall asleep and time will pass without effort. I have begun to wean myself of my prison. When I first arrived, I felt like I was being buried inside a tomb. But now I feel the close walls comforting me. As long as I am in here, there is no pain. The walls protect me from the outside. I even laughed earlier as one of my wardens dropped a key down the pipes. It gave me hope for a second, thinking I could escape if only I could somehow reach it from here. There's a key in one of the pipes. In my dreams, Alexander, I am king. In my dreams, I best you and escape your clutches, and return with all the knights of the realm carrying pistols and sabers. In my dreams. Okay, we've got a bucket. We've got an iron bar. We need to find a pipe. The key is in a pipe. Oh, that's my prison cell. Did I not see this open cell over here? Oh my God. bucket of water. All right, so we got a lot of pipes. Broken pipe. That's how you do it. Bunny hop! Bunny hop! Don't turn around. I want to turn around, but I'm not going to turn around. Oh my God. Well, we're back at the nave. Leads to the cells. Back here. That was the locked door we couldn't unlock earlier. But wait a minute. No, this is a completely new room. Sorry, I need to check something real quick. Sesh the Cat says that the link to my shop, he's wondering if the link to my shop is working. No. Okay. It's not a problem with the shop. It's a problem with my link shortening service. I get this periodically. I'm going to have to figure out a fix for it. I'll do that after the broadcast. But the shirt shop is working, so if you want a shirt, just go to Google Oxhorn Teespring or Oxhorn shirts. What? I just picked up a note.
of August, 1839. Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Altstadt lies a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children. The coach went there. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting the others. As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children. We should have more than enough prisoners to finish the ritual now.
Wow, they just rounded up people from a local farmstead. No wonder he wanted to erase his mind. Oh, there are those rose petals again. Oh. Oh, God. Wait, is this the room? Oh, I'm back here. Spiders are gone. All my lamps are gone too. Oh no, is Agrippa gone? Can we still save him? The lab is open. Yes. Okay, well, I guess we use this to break out the poison. Tell you what, let's evaporate off the blood. Picked up incomplete tonic. Oh, yeah. Picked up Ware's tonic. We got it. Well, an optional part of the quest, but we seem to have gotten it. Let's go see if Agrippa's still there.
I thought I'd lost you. The castle trembled and I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now. You did it. Thank goodness. Now, pay attention. First, feed me the tonic, and then use the saw to remove my head.
What?
As the tonic begins to work, you'll be able to cut off my head without taking my life. Then, take my head and bring it with you. As you enter the gate Alexander is opening in the inner sanctum.
What?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't you enter the gate? We can't argue now. You need to act.
K. May says, hey Ox, you need to play Pathologic. Definitely your
Was a
side.
brave man and dared to proceed where I did not. He unearthed a number of Calvin temples and gathered a whole collection of orbs. But unlike every other finder since the fall of the Israel faith, he was able to unshackle the horror you and I connected with the orbs. He used them and was able to travel far and wide, beyond the world itself.
Thank you, Kai Mei. And the Elvish King became a bronze ox. Okay, cut off his head.
Quickly, off with the head! And then, whatever happens, get me through that gate.
What's...
Being powerful. Not the way I hoped for. I've done all that I can to escape this prison. But now, I use all my strength merely to stay alive.
What Saw? What is he talking about, Saw?
My pupil, Johann Weyer, said he'd found a way to take me with him beyond the stars. But I was too afraid to come along. Silly. And now, all I can do is regret it.
Did I leave it in the laboratory? Crap, where am I gonna find a saw? Maybe it's one of the torch
Fire would
lights.
return and give me a second chance. But so does Alexander. That's why he keeps me here.
That's blocked off to us now. Well, I'm glad we got the stuff when we did. We can't go back there now. Maybe it's in one of these rooms. Well, don't tell me I had to get it before I got captured.
way. You shouldn't do that.
New hole, says Uni. Oh, yeah, but I thought that was the way I was supposed to leave.
You should hurry, Daniel. No time for sitting around.
Oh, there. Oh, my God. Bonesaw. Right in the new hole, of course.
You're a good boy, Daniel. And I appreciate your company. But I believe you have more important things to take care of.
Oh, those sound effects. Picked up Agrippa's head. Okay. Jeez. Well, let's see if there was anything else down here. Got it. Mr. Master Chief says, damn, all this red flesh covering the walls and floors reminds me of the Master from Fallout 1. Yeah, me too. I'm trying to run over it quickly because if you stand too long on it, it hurts you. Like that did. All right, hopefully there's no more zombie guys that are going to get me. Oh no, it's blocked off! That was the way we needed to go, wasn't it? No, here it is. said that. The orb by itself does not remove the barrier. Something must be done with the machinery. Okay. Well, that leaves only one door. I guess we turn right.
Of August, 1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down, and what is a life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent, but to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
So Alexander needed to be stopped, but Daniel thought that he had become so evil himself that he wasn't justified to stop him. So he took his own memory so he wouldn't remember what he had done, so he would have the fortitude to get rid of Alexander. Okay. All right, well, I'm trying to use the pipe on the cogwheels. Hammer, saw. Lots of other cogs. It's a box. Can't move that. Can't move any of that. I've got a hammer here, but we've already tried hammers. I've got a box here, but we've already tried boxes. I mean, there are pipes here, but I can't interact with them. There's that, but it's made of glass. I mean, a saw. Okay, there's a smaller pipe. Get that smaller pipe? No. I mean, that would be perfect. Do I drag one of these big rocks? Don't tell me I gotta drag a huge rock. Let's try a smaller one first. Okay, I'm glad I didn't spend time dragging a big one down. Ah. Where did he go? He opened the door. What is he doing? He's spinning around in circles. Don't tell me it all ends here with a glitch. A giant one-hit kill monster blocking the path, and I can't advance because he's stuck there on the bridge, spinning in circles. Ah! Hey, dude, you're like right in my path. Oh! Okay, well that resets them, I think. Come on, let me through. Please don't be blocking my way. Golly! Every time I walk up, that's what he got stuck on. He got stuck on the crack. Boom. The inner sanctum. So he killed an innocent girl because Alexander wanted to torture her to extract vitae. And up until that point, he was convinced Alexander was just rounding up criminals and murderers. Do I pull the giant switch? Left or right, left or right. Let's go left.
August 1839. It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer, a monster. And now, I merely await my death. I am too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
Okay, so I shouldn't have touched that. Right. Do I have a vessel? Oh, I see. I cut my finger on the blade and put my blood in there. Whoops. Wound is bleeding quite badly. I gotta put my blood on that one too? Looks like I do. All right. Save, says the chat. My only option is to save and exit, so let me save and exit, and then I'll come back to the game. Okay, I did a hard save. I flipped the switch. I cut my fingers on both the sacrificial diases, or diases. But I didn't stand in the spell circle. Okay, well, we cut the finger. We stood in the circle. Let's go stand in this circle too. Well, that might have done it. Oop, that did it. Right. Let's go forward, shall we?
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some errands. Tell me, is everything nice and clear now? Am I the villain? Good and evil. Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable. Are you so blind that you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa?
Right, naked floating dude, you kind of look creepy with all the magic and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume you're evil. I think that would probably be a safe bet.
No, don't do that. I realize you doubt my intentions. Why would I take such extreme measures to save your life? Maybe I'm saving mine too.
Okay, those don't want to move.
Do you see it? A whole other world. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I can finally return home. But you, I am sorry, Jack. You won't be able to enter. You are still tainted, branded by the shadow. It will consume you either way. Thank you, my friend. Your sacrifice won't be forgotten. You will be celebrated forever.
What the actual hell, man? Come on. What? Roll credits. Okay. Right. Let's try and figure out what happened. I didn't push down the pylons fast enough. There was a moment when I could have touched the portal, but I didn't touch the portal. So I guess I allowed him to go through the portal that left me behind. So I was a sacrifice. I sacrificed myself because the shadow was chasing me so that he could go back to where he came from, I guess. Laura says, apparently this is the bad ending, Ox. Would you like to try assisted mode? Shut up. Okay.
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some errands. Tell me. No, don't do that. I realize you doubt my intentions. Why would I take such extreme measures to save your life? Maybe I'm saving mine too.
Why can't I move these? I can move that one, but not these. Why not? What do I do?
Do you see it? A whole other world. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I can finally return home. But you, I am solitary. You can't enter. No, you fool! You have ruined us!
What? Okay, so I stuffed Agrippa's head into the portal so I could send him home. But I died. Rockland says try to get ahead of the game. I tried. But that's the second. First I tried going myself, but I kept hurting myself. Wait, am I supposed to do something here? Oh, jeez, I'm not dead. Into the stars. Let's follow the flashing stars.
There he is. Do you see him, Vaya? He deserves so much more. Please, help him. I know you can. Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
What? That's the problem with games like this. They always give you like half an ending. It'll be all right, says Agrippa, and then fade to black, roll credits. How will it be all right? Am I now a floating spirit in paradise? Did I get teleported to the good planet? Did he reincarnate me as a human back on Earth? What happened? It'll be all right, Daniel. What? Sonbull says that's 2 endings down, 1 more left. What could possibly be the other ending? I tried touching the fire, it burned me. I tried pushing down one of the pillars, the other 2 wouldn't move. I tried touching the portal, it burned me. When the portal finally arrived, I couldn't touch it, it burned me. I suppose I could not tip over one of the pedestals. The only thing I didn't do is let it play out without tipping over one of the pedestals. Andy says, with the pylons, move Daniel as you pull on them. That's what I was doing. Like, I managed to knock down one of them. I know how to knock down a pedestal. The other 2 won't budge. The other ending is knocking over all 3 pillars. They do fall down. Says chat. Okay. The pylons will fall, says Mega Glow. Okay, maybe I got to get them in a right order.
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see. Oh, don't do that.
All right, I was able to do that one.
I realize you doubt my intentions. Why would I take such extreme measures to save my You are ruining it. We are so close, I beg you. Maybe I'm saving mine. You killed us! You killed us both!
Okay.
It was my greatest triumph, and I never looked back. You think I was afraid, fleeing Brennenburg? Quite the contrary. I knew it was my purgatory, hellfire made to wash away my sins. There's no denying the things I've done, but I have paid my tribute. I gave them that awful man. I did the right thing.
Okay, that gave us a bit of a wrap up. Alexander said you doomed us both. Presumably that meant he no longer had a way back to go back to his home. So the shadow was going to consume us both. He dies. We start getting in pain. But then we don't die and we get out of the castle. But with the Agrippa ending, we put his head in the portal and then Alexander dies. We start getting hurt. We pass out, or maybe we die too, but he comes back and saves our spirit with aliens or something? Mega Glow Z says the pylons will fall. Thank you. I'm not sure why it didn't work for me before, but I got it to work there. Rockland F with a tip. Thank you very much, Rockland F. Jack says Amnesia Machine for Pigs is a spiritual sequel to Daniel's adventure. Amnesia Machine for Pigs. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to give it a go. Singe Furno says the fourth ending is back in the cells. You'd have to stay there for like 5 to 10 minutes and let yourself get consumed. All Alexander says is, thank you, my friend. Really? So that's the fourth ending? Stay in the cells when we get trapped there instead of finding a way out? That's hilarious. I like how they put that in there. Okay. I think that's it. Bingo. Custom story. Still don't know what that does. All right, well, there you go, ladies and gents. That's Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 619, and Amnesia: The Dark Descent. We have now completed Amnesia Rebirth and The Dark Descent here on the program. Should we go for some more Amnesia games? Should we try something else? I don't know. Maybe let me know in the comments below once the video on demand is published and ready. James Prout says if he can get Amnesia working, he can get Dead Space working. Well, maybe if I had the Xbox Game Pass, but I decided not to try it because they announced that they're working on a remastered version of Dead Space the day I was going to install it to get it to work on my machine. So, yeah, we'll wait for the remastered version of Dead Space before we tackle that particular franchise. Anyway, let me know what you guys would like to see next. I'm going to head on out and get some sleep. As I said, no live stream tomorrow, as I've got a scheduling conflict, but I should have a lore video ready for you for Saturday. It's going to be over an hour long. We're going to be exploring every inch and crevice of Georgetown, so hang tight. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be an adventure. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you're going to enjoy that video. And the next week, we're going to move on to DuPont's Circle. Lots of fun to look forward to. Next week, no stream on Monday for the same reason as no stream on Friday, but we will be broadcasting on Wednesday. More Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Thursday for a new game and Scotch and Smoke Rings. And Friday, Days Gone will be back in its regularly scheduled time slot. Thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you again very soon with more lore videos and more live streams. Bye-bye now.